Oi! Welcome to the Muni Lot Report, Week 8, and I'm your host, Nabil Habib, and this is the genius, my co-host, the fucking editor, Mike Lewis. And this is Dexter Michael.
Dexter Michael.
Alright, Week 8. What are we thinking, man? We got the Steelers week. It's a big week for Browns fans. Mike, what do you think about this week going into it?
The Steelers suck.
They're awful. Can't stand them. When I was a baby, I couldn't stand them. That was one of my first words, actually, was Ben Roethlisberger, even though at this point he was in high school.
So fuck?
Yeah. High school Ben Roethlisberger and me as a baby didn't get along, so that's the backstory. Yeah, but I think realistically this week, obviously, no matter what, it's a big week. Browns-Steelers week. Browns.
It's hate week.
Literally, I'm going to the game. A little bit nervous how rowdy people are gonna get. Excited as hell because I've never been to a Browns-Steelers game.
My friend, you will hear the stadium echo with "Fuck Big Ben," "Pittsburgh sucks," "Fuck the Steelers."
Well, and it's Halloween, so people are going to be dressed up, so I'm really excited for that as well.
Spooky.
Very scary.
Very scary.
But when we look at this game, it's kind of an interesting thing going on right now, is where we have so many injuries. Baker Mayfield's playing. We don't know how Baker's going to play, how well he's going to do, and TJ Watt's coming at him. Luckily, our line is pretty much back and healthy. Conklin is back, I believe, officially, right?
Yeah.
I know we talked about it in press conferences. Wills is back. Chubb's supposedly back. Landry and Odell. So, looking good. We still don't have JOK this week. Still don't have Kareem Hunt. But, when you look at it, I think we look pretty solid. Outside of, I'm a little bit nervous about Clowney. He had an elbow, ankle, and knee injury. A little concerning, especially since Pittsburgh's their main line of defense at this moment is just having some type of attack, a dump off to Najee Harris as well as the run game, and Clowney obviously is a big factor in the run game.
Yeah, the Steelers have, lacked in all aspects of their offense this year. Running the ball, passing the ball, protecting Big Ben. Every Steelers fan that's, watched the game this year knows that Big Ben's been more on the ground than anything. They're giving up on average 2 sacks a game. And the Browns are second in the league when it comes to pressuring the quarterback, and in sacks, they're one spot ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers when it comes to pressuring the quarterback. So, it should be a lot of players in the backfield this week.
I agree.
The only difference is that the Browns have the best offensive line in the league.
As with the Steelers, are very struggling. They're young. They're developing, but it's for this at the moment. I really want to see just what they do with Miles, because I've been thinking about this all week. With these younger guys blocking Myles Garrett, you double team Myles Garrett, but you got to think. There's so much other talent on our line that these guys are going to bust through. They have to. And when you got Ben Roethlisberger, that is, how old is he now? 38, 39?
Somewhere around there.
Old, can't move.
Could be making his last start.
Yeah.
In First Energy Stadium.
Good. But I will say, I think. Obviously we don't have Kyler Murray in the back or Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, they're not looking for the read option this week.
Yeah, no. Ben, he can run a couple feet away from Miles before he gets plummeted. So I think we're going to see a lot of pressures, a lot of people in the backfield, a lot of dump passes. That's why I think Clowney is a huge factor in this game coming up, simply based on stopping the run, because Najee Harris is going to have to be a big part of it. And, out to the flats, they've been dumping it off a lot. They don't have Juju anymore. He's out for the year. So really, it's like Chase Claypool and a few other guys. But other than that, I really don't know what to think about this offense, because it's nothing that we've seen before. from the Steelers, because last year, yes, they fell apart. We're seeing a little bit at the end of last year, except a little bit worse, in my opinion. So, it's weird from Browns fan looking at this, but I think they're going to be bad, and I think that we're going to get a lot of pressure and really tear up. Dexter has the same opinion.
You're gonna make sure to zoom in on this.
I will.
Yeah, Pittsburgh has shown some lights of turning this offensive, drought around. Najee Harris is definitely the key to this offense.
As a rookie.
Yeah, they ask a lot of him. They're getting no push on the front five. They're pretty bad when it comes to running the ball. He can have big games, but when going up against a top 5 team against the run,
and he only has one game above 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff he's done this year has been catching passes out of the backfield, and I think that's where they're going to be able to catch the Browns off guard, where the Browns are mediocre against the pass. Not having someone like JOK or a solid linebacker that can read the field pretty well, that's going to be there a lot. They got enough threats on their offense to give the Browns problems. Chase Claypool can go up with the best of them. Eric Ebron drops a lot. He's a big guy. If he's on that day, you better watch out because he can make some plays. And Demetrius Johnson, who's another threat on the outside, who can really, burn the best of the corners in the league right now. So you're going to see a lot. But the big question is Ben going to be able to get the ball downfield? And I feel like Steeler fans come out and watch a game every Sunday, and you don't know which Ben you're going to get. And, that's a red flag. There's too much of banking on the defense to get you a dub. But luckily, you have a guy named TJ Watt on your squad that can single-handedly wreck a game and win you a game like he did against Seattle.
Yeah, he won the game last week.
Yeah. He's the best edge rusher in the league. A couple sacks behind Myles Garrett for the sack leader. But, it's more than sacks, This guy he takes over games. He shuts everything down. He forces fumbles. He's a nightmare for, any offense. With that being said, the rest of the defense, it's not the same old Pittsburgh defense we've seen. Being, the top 5 defense in the league, not if not the best defense in the league. They definitely took some steps back, and they brought back a lot of guys, but, they're very mediocre against the run, sitting around that 20th spot, and they're about 18th against the pass, which, that's another spot where they're lacking. But they're also 3rd in the league when it comes to pressuring the quarterback, which is no surprise with the front 4 that they have. So I think the Browns should be able to attack this, come out with their game plan, pound it down their throats, shove it down there, run the fucking ball, please.
Yeah. I think the big issue, and you kind of touched on it there with Ben, you don't know what kind of Ben you're going to get. Because, Ben, he has thrown it like past 20 yards this year, and it didn't look terrible. He just lofts it, though. He's hoping for the best. You can tell the arm isn't accurate anymore downfield. He could do it. It's just, he's just throwing it up. You know what I mean? He's not doing it any special way to get it in his player's hands. He is throwing it because this is what I have open, and I'm going to get hit. And he just lofts it up there. And, especially when you have, Denzel Ward back there, or Greedy Williams.
Who will not
Newsome.
be playing this week.
He's not playing?
Yeah, he's ruled out.
What?
Yep, with the hamstring injury.
Oh my God, that's breaking news to me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Well, when you have Greedy Williams, Greg Newsome, and is AJ Green playing? Because I know he was questionable.
I am not entirely sure.
Okay. But either way, I mean, Greedy or Greg, you know, I think those guys are talented enough to be able to get a lofted ball up there, you know, or at least, you know, go for it. And I think with offense, I mean, Nick Chubb's back, man. Like, what more do I got to say? You know, as much as we're going to miss Kareem Hunt, you know, obviously, and here's my big thing about, I know we haven't touched on last week, but, I mean, Dearness Johnson is great, and we knew that. As Browns fans, we know that. We saw it last year. The national media is getting it. Like, this is a new guy that we've never seen before. We know who this guy is. He came in when Chubb went down in that Cowboys game and had over 100 yards rushing. He was
halfway through the game.
Yeah, he went off. I mean, he literally would secure wins for us last year as well. He had that run
against the Colts,
you know, to seal up the game. This guy has been on Browns fans' radar for a long time, and it was his first start, and he did great. So, I mean, I think having him and Chubb, I really like to see this dynamic because we saw Hunt and Johnson. I like to see, you know, last year, but I like to see Chubb and Johnson. So I think Nick Chubb's going to run the hell out of the ball. I think Dearness is going to get a handful of touches. I could see Jarvis Landry having a huge game. I'm starting him this week in fantasy. Very excited, and I think it's going to be a lot of runs. I think obviously Baker's going to have to release that ball quick. So I mean, I can see a lot of dumps, a lot of slants. But I said you got to get the ball out. You got to run a lot. I mean, I'm still iffy on Baker playing, and we talked about it before he started rolling. I'm still skeptical. I get it. I'm just still skeptical because I mean I know playing a sport hurt is not good, but when you play and you hurt it more because you played, that's where you get into dangerous territory. Because then week after week after week doing something and you're like, oh man, my shoulder still hurt, it becomes a huge factor. Yes, you're able to learn playing with it and how to deal with it, but at the same time you're playing hurt, and it's such a big distraction mentally. And I think that's where, you know, playing Baker, you know, you can't go in thinking about it, and it's something hard not to think about.
Yeah, I want to look back at last week. You know, I'm one of those people that Baker should have started, but I think it was a great idea to let him sit this past game, and you got the performance out of Case Keenum that you needed. But I think the real eye-opener was you saw what worked. You know, you went back to your roots. You know, that's the play calling that, you know, we saw a lot of last year, and we haven't really seen much of that this year.
But, sorry to throw in here, but I think it's a huge factor of, I mean, we really, really saw how much Jedrick Wills makes a difference on this team. Playing and him being in there made that game.
Yeah.
We were able to run the ball because of our offensive line, and having him in there it's day and night.
Yeah. You know, it's always great to have your offensive line together. You know, we're going to have our front five back and healthy, which is wonderful.
We haven't had them.
Yeah, you haven't had it since
Week 2?
Probably since the beginning of the season, because Jedrick Wills was playing on a bad ankle for weeks. To get him back to 100%, Jack Conklin back at 100%, you know, you got to love that. But I want to see a little more of that same offense, that everything under center, that play action rollout. I say that because a lot of times you saw Baker take his hits, it was always out of an empty set where there's no running back in the backfield, so people know it's a pass.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where this offense gels with the play action. You know, you're the best rushing team in the league. You know, you have that to your advantage to fake the handoff, and teams are going to go with that. You know, and they were really hitting it well on Thursday night, and I want to see a little more of that as the season goes on. So maybe that was, you know, a game they needed to see, like, okay, we need to get back to what makes us a good football team. So I'm looking to see a little more of that. And with Baker being injured, I think that's exactly what you need to do. You need to move the pocket to the outside and not keep him inside where he's not going to be in the reach of a TJ Watt or Cam Hayward. Roll him out, open up that pocket, let him throw on the run because that's where he's at his best. It really moves the field a lot, which is great. And, for the first time in a while, Baker has his number one receiver in Jarvis Landry. Jarvis tore it up in the game on Thursday night. Granted, it was only eight catches for 37 yards, but every single one of those catches mattered.
They were super
important. They always came at a clutch time.
Very.
So I'm looking to see a little more of all of that, getting Baker, safe throws, safe plays. He's playing injured, but if 3 doctors and the team doctor's giving you okay to play, then let it roll. If he wants to play, let him roll. Think about all these players in the past that have played through bad injuries, like Joe Thomas. Big Ben is a great example. This dude's played on broken ankles, messed up arms, Tommy John surgery, and he still went out there and played.
The last 3 years, he's really had a bad shoulder.
Right.
Right.
So. Right. I mean, I feel like we're almost in the same exact position we were in last year. Baker's hurt at mid-season like he was going into the Pittsburgh game. You were down a running back in Nick Chubb, but now you're down a running back in Kareem Hunt. Your team was plagued with injuries halfway through the season. And you went on a nice little roll when you were 3-1. You won the easy games that you were supposed to win. And now they're struggling with the harder games. But you know what? The difference is that they were in those games. We can look. We're going to always look back to the Chargers game. Like, oh, we could have won that one. Or we're going to look back to the Chiefs game. Oh, we could have won that one.
There's always those games.
Yeah.
Think about the Raiders game last year.
Yeah. But that is at a different point in the season. This front end of the season is going to be like, I wish we had it together then, or I wish we played the Chiefs at this point in the season when, they're going out there and they're laying eggs. They're getting their ass kicked every week. I just see a lot of similarities to last year, and I think this is right when they're gonna turn the corner. Eventually, they got a much better defense than last year. They're not great against the pass, but they're not the worst in the league.
But they're also starting to mesh.
Yeah,
I will say it. It might not look like it on paper or when you're watching it, but man, you can tell just they're getting better. They're slowly getting better. They're getting more comfortable with each other. Even since the Chargers game, when they just kept blowing coverages, you can see that they were operating just a little bit different. They made some adjustments, but adjustment after adjustment, week after week, it's really start of the season, fine. Mid-season, okay. End the season, but if you play with heart, look at these guys. These guys are coming out hurt. They give a fuck. They really give a fuck, and it's awesome to see. And I think this week's gonna be huge. I think we're gonna win. I just think we're gonna play it tough, as with every Steelers-Browns game. It's gonna be a tough, brutal game. It really is. But I think at the end of the day, I think the Browns are gonna come out on top. And I think if I was gonna throw Cowtail out of there,
I think it's that time of the segment.
I think so. Jarvis Landry's getting my Cowtail.
Absolutely. Because the first person I thought.
Because he can run his route, and him and Baker connect. Down to a science. I feel sometimes.
They're on the same brainwave.
Yeah. So to get the ball out is a huge factor in this game. Jarvis Landry could be massive over the center of the field.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of this offense. If there was a time, that you needed someone like this, now's the time. Baker not being 100%, he's got a safety blanket back. Thank God. You saw what he did with the backup quarterback. He made the catches when it mattered, and he's always going to do that. So that being said, he definitely earns a Cowtail this week.
Oh yeah.
My second cowtail. It's gonna be a 5-man party. It's the offensive line.
Split the count between.
Yeah. Split up 5 ways, you big hogs. They're the. They. We can say Jarvis is the heart and soul to this offense. We need Baker. We need Chubb. Whatever. But the key to this whole entire team being good is the offensive line. They run literally the whole entire team. If they're not together, the team's not playing good. We've seen it the whole entire season. And last week, where they were somewhat healthy, they destroyed not a mediocre defense, a top 10 defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
With a third-string running back and a backup quarterback.
And did you see how awesome and amazing Von Miller was? And he killed everyone.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, they ran Von Miller off the field.
Yeah, dude. This offensive line is watching them work. It's just amazing. They click so well, and they just know what to do. The blocks are really good. I mean, outside of a few penalty calls, but they operate so well together.
I think a big thing this week is I feel like they're definitely going to have a chip on their shoulder.
As you should.
Knowing that their quarterback's hurt, and some of it's on them.
And they take it personally too.
Yeah.
Those guys are very protective of their quarterbacks, and I can see whoever the hell is going to be up against T.J. Watt, which I'm guessing is going to be Jedrick Wills,
him or Jack Conklin,
one of the two. They don't want him to touch Baker, and they'll do whatever it takes not for him to get to Baker.
Yeah, no, I think they're.
I think they even might, even if they get knocked down or something. I think they might pull out an MCDC, Motor City Damn Candle. Shout out to Pat McAfee. I think Jedrick Wills would rather bite off a couple of kneecaps before he gets the Baker Mayfield. So this offensive line, big cowtail to you guys. Bonus cowtail to Pat McAfee.
You got your final cowtail?
Ooh, okay, yeah, I do have my final cowtail. And I think that we think similar on this because
I'm curious who you're gonna say.
Because we did 2 offensive cowtails.
Yeah.
We need a defensive cowtail. And I'm gonna say the first letter of it, and it's gonna M.
Oh, okay.
Is that a line with your cowtail?
Okay. There's 1 or 2 people that I think it could be. All right, on a count of 3, we'll say it at the same time.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Miles
McDowell.
Garrett. Oh, damn it! No, Miles Garrett. But Malik McDowell. Before we started recording, I did say to the Bill that Malik McDowell's gonna get a sack, and the Bill said Miles is gonna get 2 sacks. So that would have made a lot of sense.
Malik McDowell.
Yeah, I think Miles Garrett is gonna get the cowtail.
Okay, I'll give my cowtail to Miles Garrett again this week.
Yeah, just think, man. You got to think this offensive line that the Steelers are putting out there against Miles. Even if they double team him, I don't think they can double team him to the point where other teams can double team him. I think Miles is gonna have a monster game this game. He needs to. I think he can get through these guys easy, and and Ben can't run away.
Hey, honestly, he can't have a monster game because he'll get drug tested again.
Yeah. He did say no, all sleeves now, man. All sleeves.
Then he's got to have sleeves now from now on.
I love it. He posted a picture of the text message he got from the NFL drug testing thing. He's like, oh man, this is how many weeks in a row? Come on.
He said, can you come in tomorrow? He's like, I guess so.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was so funny. But yeah, I think I saw his press conference. After when they have practices, he said he wants 20 plus sacks this year. Hey man, you're at 9.5. Let's get it.
He's leading the league. He's definitely had a tough time with these calls. And that's going to happen.
We saw that last week, though, man. There was a few holds that right in front of where I was sitting at. It was crazy. But I don't know how they didn't call it.
Any defensive lineman saying that they're getting hold, that's going to happen because There's holding on every play in football.
Yeah.
It's just whether you people see it or not.
And the refs do not see it if it's a Cleveland Browns uniform.
No, I don't want to put it in the hands of somebody else. That's how I've always felt. But it's just, like he's had great games, but they've been so silent. We expect more out of him. Where last year he was winning games by himself, and I think he's due for a game like that this time around. He's going to get his double teams, triple teams, and I think this is where his supporting cast is going to be big again.
Yeah, because you can't, if you double team him or even triple team him, good luck, because you got Malik McDowell, you got, Joe Jackson, you got Clowney if he's playing, all rushing at Ben.
Tack McKinley, who's leads the league in quarterback pressures.
It's awesome. You can't not, even if you wanted to block Miles or double coverage Miles, good luck. Good luck. That's all I got to say, because there's so much that we have on that front line on our defense that you can't do that to.
All right. Well, first. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers team that honestly doesn't give a shit if they suck or they're good. They don't care if the Browns are good or the Browns are the Browns. Whatever. They're gonna come to play every single time.
Yeah, they're gonna come and punch you in the mouth.
You're gonna expect a great ball game out of those guys, no matter what. Ben, he hasn't had a great game at all this year. He was, kicked off the field last year, sitting on the bench crying. But he's gonna be ready to come back with a vengeance. And the Steelers are pissed after that wild card game. They're definitely going to come out and go after the Browns.
Cry about
it. Exactly. And it just seems like the Browns have the excuses ready to go for this game. They can easily say, well, we weren't 100%. We didn't have everybody ready to go. But it just seems like it's only Pittsburgh talking this week.
Yeah.
You've heard Chase Claypool talk. You've heard Mike Tomlin talk.
Yeah, I think Baker walking out of that field,
yeah.
I think shows everyone else on our the other 52 men on our team. Hey, we better fucking play.
Yeah, everybody knows that's going to be watching this game Sunday. It's going to matter later down the road. This is a divisional game, Browns' first divisional game, where they're sitting behind Cincinnati and Baltimore.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and this is a great time for them to catch up. Because then you got Cincinnati the following week, and you could really make a run for that first spot within the next couple weeks. So you got to take advantage of your opportunities, and I think this is a great opportunity for the Browns to get things going in the division. And Jarvis Landry even said it this week that it feels like a must win. But every week should be a must-win. I feel that way for the last couple weeks. They're in a tough stretch of the schedule. At the end of the year, they're going to have a lot of fun with their schedule because it doesn't get any easier from here.
You got Green Bay,
yeah.
and
You end with
Steelers. You end with Steelers Bengals again. It's the last 2 games of the season.
This season can easily turn into a shit show right away.
Yeah.
So that being said, Sunday, I feel like, Pittsburgh can come back with a vengeance all they want, but I feel like the Browns are going to want this game more than them. They're not talking about, what happened last year like Pittsburgh is. They're talking about what's going to happen now. And I just feel like this is not the same Pittsburgh teams that we've seen over the years. They're definitely going to give us a run. It's going to be a tight one. They're going to have a tight either first half or second half. But I think the Browns are going to end up running away with it at some point of the game, just because you have that presence in Nick Chubb and Jarvis Landry back out there once again. And I feel like the offense is going to be clicking this week, and they're going to start hitting their stride. They got their O-line back. And that's why I'm going to comfortably say Browns 31, Steelers 14.
Nice. Similar to what the Bengals beat them by.
Yeah.
So I think what you just talked about is a great point, because I think that's a Kevin Stefanski mentality, as with, like, we're not even looking at that Denver game. We're not looking at that Steelers game last year. This is this year. This is this week. We are going day by day until we go and we play. And then once we play, we win or lose, we're on the next week. We're on the next day. We don't care who we just beat or lost against. This is the next opponent, and we need to beat them. And I think having all those pieces back is very important this week. And I think when people see that Baker's out there, hey, we got to step it up no matter what's going on right now. No matter, hey, I got a foot injury. Who cares? We're gonna play. We're gonna beat these guys because we need to win this one, and we need to keep this ball rolling. And I think the Browns are gonna pull this one off. I'm gonna say 27-10, Browns.
Shit.
Brownies.
Eat shit and die, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Me and Ben as a baby. Baby me and high school Ben hate each other.
Fuck you, Pittsburgh.
He doesn't know about it, though.
And for my family that is also Pittsburgh fans, unfortunately, Pittsburgh sucks, and you've made a poor life decision. Yeah. That black and gold is disgusting.
Dude, coming from people that grew up in Cleveland and are still here, there's so many Steelers fans. I don't get it. Actually, I do get it, because when the Browns went away, I feel like this was the closest team.
Fuck the Steelers.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you do that?
Stop making excuses for them. Fuck the Steelers.
I'm not making any excuses. I just think what people did. I think they jumped to the Steelers.
Oh, this is a different era. The Browns are good, and the Steelers finally fucking suck. And this is the time the Browns go out there and whoop some fucking ass.
Three in a row. 4 in a row?
It'd be 3 in a row if we beat them this time.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I'd fucking like that.
I'd fucking love it.
Piss on the black and gold. Fuck you, Pittsburgh. You're a bunch of hillbillies.
Yeah, fuck them. Also,
and Big Ben's a rapist.
Yeah, and Juju, I don't know.
He's a fat fuck playing quarterback. Can't even throw the ball 15 yards downfield.
Yeah. So we just talked to you for like half an hour about how we feel, and this is how we actually feel.
I had to be non-biased for a little bit, but now I'm being a Browns fan.
Damn
Fuck
right.
the Steelers.
Fuck them.
I don't give a shit about them. They're the. I fucking hate them. They're the worst. Big Ben is ugly. Najee Harris is trash. He's not trash, but he's all right. But fuck anybody that's ever wore the black and gold.
Yeah, fuck him. And Joe Schilbert coming back into town.
Fuck Joe Schilbert.
Fuck him. Joe Hayden.
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
Is there anyone else out?
I don't care where they came from. Fuck them.
Yeah, anybody, everyone.
All the F-bombs. And one for you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Piss off, piss off, piss off.
What's the worst candy bar in the world?
I don't fuck.
Because that's what we're gonna give the.
Whatever they put fucking crickets in, or.
Oh my God, yeah. Like the insect food. That's what everyone on that roster gets.
They're just dog shit. Just dog shit. Fuck them. I hope they come out there and they fuck their shit up. I hope Nick Chubb goes for 200 yards and Baker unleashes the beast and goes for 400 yards. Just because, fuck the Steelers.
I want to see Myles Garrett with 2 helmets. Swinging.
I hope he finds Mason Rudolph on the sideline and he just beats his ass with the helmet. That's how I feel. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for watching the Muni Lot Report. And yes, it's hate week. That fucking spooky, ugly, fucking black and yellow garbage trash coming to Cleveland this week. Gonna get their ass kicked. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Browns!
I'm the Bill B. That's Beck Lewis. Thanks for tuning in.
Dude.